What if I told you that beneath the endless golden dunes of the Sahara lies a world so extraordinary that most travelers never even know it exists? Right now, as you're watching this, there are places in the world's largest hot desert that defy everything you think you know about this seemingly barren landscape. We're talking about hidden oases with crystal-clear springs, ancient cities swallowed by sand that still whispers secrets of lost civilizations, and geological formations so surreal they look like they belong on another planet entirely. Welcome back to Trip Insight, where we uncover the hidden gems that guidebooks forget to mention. I'm your host, and today we're embarking on an extraordinary journey into the heart of the Sahara Desert to explore 7 absolutely mind-blowing locations that will completely change how you view this incredible landscape. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be planning your own desert adventure. But first, let me ask you something that might surprise you. When you think of the Sahara, what comes to mind? Endless sand dunes, scorching heat, and complete emptiness, right? Well, prepare to have your mind blown because the Sahara is actually one of the most diverse and fascinating ecosystems on Earth, hiding secrets that have remained virtually untouched by mass tourism. Our first stop takes us to something that sounds like pure fantasy but is absolutely real. Deep in the heart of Algeria lies the Tassili and Niger Plateau, a place so otherworldly that it served as inspiration for countless science fiction movies. This isn't just another rocky outcrop in the desert. We're talking about a massive sandstone plateau that stretches over 15,000 square kilometers, filled with natural rock arches, pillars, and formations that look like giant sculptures carved by some ancient civilization. But here's where it gets really incredible. Scattered throughout this landscape are over 15,000 prehistoric rock paintings and engravings, some dating back 12,000 years. These aren't just simple drawings, they tell the story of a time when the Sahara was green and lush, teeming with elephants, giraffes, crocodiles, and human settlements. Imagine walking through these ancient galleries surrounded by towering red sandstone formations, knowing that you're literally walking through one of the world's largest open-air museums. The best part? This place receives fewer than 1,000 visitors per year, despite being a UNESCO World Heritage Site. While millions flock to more famous desert destinations, Tassili Niger remains one of Africa's best-kept secrets, offering an experience that's both humbling and absolutely breathtaking. Moving deeper into our desert exploration, let's talk about something that will make you question everything you thought you knew about desert landscapes. In the western part of Egypt's Sahara lies the White Desert, officially known as Sahara el-Bayda, and calling it stunning would be a massive understatement. Picture this, you're driving through what appears to be a completely normal stretch of desert when suddenly the landscape transforms into something that looks like an alien world covered in snow. Massive white limestone formations rise from the desert floor like giant mushrooms, icebergs, and abstract sculptures. These formations, called inselbergs, were created over millions of years through wind erosion, and each one is completely unique. During the day, these white formations create an almost blinding contrast against the golden sand and brilliant blue sky. But here's where the magic really happens. As the sun begins to set, these white sculptures start glowing with warm orange and pink hues, creating one of the most spectacular light shows you'll ever witness. And at night, the lack of light pollution makes this one of the best stargazing locations on the planet. What makes this place even more special is that you can actually camp here. Imagine falling asleep under a canopy of stars surrounded by these ethereal white formations with nothing but the sound of wind and your own thoughts. It's an experience that stays with you forever. Now let's venture into Chad to discover something that scientists once thought was impossible. The Ennedi Massif isn't just another desert landscape. It's a geological wonderland that contains one of the most surprising ecosystems in the entire Sahara. This sandstone plateau rises dramatically from the surrounding desert, creating a microclimate that supports life in ways that seem almost magical. Hidden within the Ennedi Massif are dozens of natural pools and springs, fed by underground water sources that have flowed for thousands of years. These aren't just small puddles. We're talking about crystal-clear pools surrounded by towering canyon walls, creating oases that look like something from a fairy tale. Some of these pools are large enough to swim in, offering a refreshing escape from the desert heat. But the Ennedi Massif holds even more secrets. Carved into its canyon walls are thousands of petroglyphs depicting animals, humans, and mysterious symbols that archaeologists are still trying to decipher. Some of these rock art sites contain evidence of human habitation spanning over 7,000 years, telling the story of how people adapted and thrived in this challenging environment. The landscape itself is incredibly diverse, featuring natural arches, towering rock pillars, and narrow canyons that create a maze of exploration opportunities. What makes this place truly special is that it represents a complete ecosystem within the desert, supporting plant and animal life that exists nowhere else in the Sahara. Speaking of hidden water sources, our next destination will absolutely blow your mind. Deep in the Libyan desert lies Ain Sheikh, but locals know it simply as the Hidden Spring. This isn't your typical desert oasis, it's a natural wonder that seems to defy the laws of physics. Picture a perfectly circular pool of the clearest, bluest water you've ever seen, surrounded by white limestone cliffs and fed by an underground spring that maintains a constant temperature year-round. The water is so clear that you can see straight to the bottom even though the spring is over 30 meters deep. The contrast between the brilliant blue water and the stark white limestone creates a visual impact that's almost surreal. What makes this place even more extraordinary is its isolation. Reaching Ain Sheikh requires a challenging journey across some of the most remote terrain in the Sahara, which means that most visitors have this incredible natural wonder completely to themselves. The silence here is profound, broken only by the gentle bubbling of the spring and the occasional desert wind. Local guides tell stories about this spring that have been passed down for generations, including legends about its healing properties and its role as a crucial stopping point for ancient caravan routes. Whether or not you believe in its mystical qualities, there's no denying that spending time at this hidden spring is a deeply moving experience. Now let's explore something that showcases the incredible geological diversity of the Sahara. In the heart of Mauritania lies the Richat Structure, also known as the Eye of the Sahara, and it's quite possibly one of the most mysterious formations on Earth. From space, this structure looks like a giant bullseye or eye carved into the desert floor, with concentric circles stretching over 40 kilometers in diameter. For decades, scientists thought this was an impact crater from a massive meteorite. However, recent research suggests it's actually the result of geological uplift and erosion, creating one of the most perfect examples of a geological dome structure anywhere in the world. The different colored rings represent different rock layers, each telling a story about Earth's geological history spanning hundreds of millions of years. What makes the Richat Structure truly special isn't just its scientific significance, but the experience of being there. Standing in the center of this massive formation, surrounded by these perfectly circular ridges stretching to the horizon, gives you a profound sense of Earth's incredible geological power and the vast timescales over which our planet has evolved. The structure is also home to unique archaeological sites, including stone tools and artifacts that suggest human presence dating back hundreds of thousands of years. This makes it not just a geological wonder, but also an important site for understanding human evolution and migration patterns. Our next hidden gem takes us to Niger, where the Air Mountains rise dramatically from the surrounding desert like a lost world. This isn't just another mountain range. The Air Mountains represent one of the most biodiverse regions in the entire Sahara, supporting ecosystems that exist nowhere else in the desert. These ancient volcanic mountains create their own weather patterns, capturing moisture from passing clouds and creating pockets of vegetation that seem impossible in such an arid environment. Hidden valleys within the Air Mountains contain remnant forests, seasonal waterfalls, and wildlife populations that have survived here since the Sahara was much greener. What makes the Air Mountains truly extraordinary is their cultural significance. For over 1,000 years, these mountains have been home to the Tuareg people, who have developed sophisticated methods for surviving and thriving in this challenging environment. Their ancient cities, built into the mountainsides, represent some of the most impressive examples of desert architecture in the world. The mountains also contain some of the most significant archaeological sites in the Sahara, including rock art galleries that span thousands of years and provide insight into how climate change has affected this region over millennia. The combination of natural beauty, cultural heritage, and scientific importance makes the Air Mountains one of the most compelling hidden destinations in the entire Sahara. Finally, let's explore one of the most surprising discoveries in recent Saharan exploration. Deep beneath the sand dunes of Morocco lies Merzouga's hidden lake, a seasonal body of water that appears and disappears like magic, creating one of the most unexpected wildlife spectacles in the desert. During certain times of the year, when underground water sources reach the surface, this temporary lake becomes a crucial stopover point for migrating birds, including flamingos, herons, and dozens of other species. Imagine the surreal sight of pink flamingos wading through crystal-clear water while massive sand dunes rise in the background. The lake's appearance is unpredictable, depending on rainfall patterns and underground water flow, which makes encountering it feel like discovering a true miracle in the desert. Local Berber communities have known about this phenomenon for generations, but it's only recently that researchers have begun to understand the complex hydrological systems that create these temporary oases. What makes Merzouga's hidden lake even more special is that it represents hope for the future of the Sahara. As climate patterns change, these temporary wetlands may become increasingly important for wildlife conservation and could provide clues about how desert ecosystems might adapt to changing conditions. The Sahara Desert isn't just the world's largest hot desert, it's a living, breathing ecosystem filled with wonders that challenge our preconceptions about what deserts can be. From ancient rock art galleries to hidden springs, from mysterious geological formations to temporary lakes that support migrating wildlife, the Sahara contains multitudes that most people never imagine. These hidden gems remind us that our planet still holds countless secrets, waiting for curious travelers willing to venture beyond the obvious destinations. The Sahara's hidden places offer not just stunning visuals and unique experiences, but also important lessons about adaptation, survival, and the incredible resilience of life in even the most challenging environments. If this journey through the Sahara's hidden wonders has inspired your wanderlust, make sure to subscribe to Trip Insight for more explorations of the world's most incredible hidden destinations. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest adventures, and let me know in the comments which of these Saharan gems you'd most like to visit. Until our next adventure, keep exploring, keep wondering, and remember that the world's most amazing places are often the ones that nobody talks about.